welcome back to my channel. This is a highly anticipated video for so many of you. This is actually going to be my tiny house beauty room tour. Now, before we jump ahead and get into all of this, there are some things I need to explain so you better understand my space and the way I'm gonna talk about my house in the future. So let's just jump into it. If you are new to my channel, hi new friend. Hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, totally unique videos I do every single week. If you are new to my channel, you may not know that my husband and I just moved across the country and moved into a customized tiny house. We actually designed this whole layout. We designed every nook and cranny of this house, and we love it so much. And I know so many of you have been requesting this beauty room tour and a house tour. So before we get too far into this, I hope you listen to everything I say and don't just skip ahead to the actual tour, because you're not going to understand things if you don't. So when you kind of come into my beauty space, it's important to understand that the ceiling is lower than it would be in an average house, because again, this is a tiny house. Upstairs is actually our bedroom loft. We can stand next to it and everything. It's not like we have to crawl anywhere in our tiny house, which is amazing. But I've been kind of waiting to do this video because some things have been going on behind the scenes that I haven't really talked to you guys about. One, we wanted to make sure our families and friends who actually know us in person saw pictures and some of the house before I put it all over the internet. The other thing is that I am going to be a little protective of some things that you see and don't see in my future videos about my house, because this is a beauty and lifestyle channel. It's not like a minimalist channel or anything, but we have already experienced a few things that have given us pause to say, before we get too far down the rabbit hole and put things on the internet so that anyone can see, we want to set some clear boundaries for ourselves, for our own safety and privacy. Yes, I have a channel that I love you guys, and I know none of you really have any negative intentions that have been subscribed to me, that have followed my journey here on YouTube, but when you put something on the internet, it's literally anyone can see it. So we need to be cautious in our own way. And we have already experienced, not from any of my subscribers, but from people close by that have driven by and seen a tiny house. People have actually, we live in a gated area, people have actually gone around the gate to come to my door and really cross boundaries, and that's why it's kind of also taken me a while to film this video. I have a beautiful bay window right here that is in front of my camera. However, I will not be showing you my beautiful view because it's not necessarily easy to figure out where I live then, but it makes it easier, and I have neighbors and that's not fair to them. This is what I want you to see, but I'm not gonna go into a full, like, this is the exterior of our house, this is where we park. I am not gonna be able to do that, because I owe it to my family to be a little bit more private about that. I'm sure you guys understand, but I wanted to set that right away in the beginning, that I know a lot of you had expectations maybe of seeing more than I may be showing you in the future, like exteriors, views, things like that. But the fun stuff about this is my beauty room space. Our bedroom is right upstairs, so you are going to see a lower ceiling. However, again, we built this house with us in mind, our lifestyle in mind, so we can both fit into my beauty space, my husband and myself, and clearly Penny and Cooper, my little babies. We are obsessed with this house and we love it so much. My beauty space is on the main floor when you walk into our tiny house, and when you come in, it's got this beautiful breezy, it's got a great feel to it. I really intentionally designed this to be light and airy so that way I don't have to have so much extra lighting. I have a beautiful window to be able to give me some natural light so that way I can film for you guys without having to have too many things in the way in a tiny house, because that would be far too complicated. So thank you guys so much for being patient about this video and being respectful and understanding, and let's get to the tour. This is what you see when you first turn into my beauty space, also known as my office, our closet, and extra storage space in our tiny house. I told you guys in my last beauty room tour that when I moved I was going to be upgrading to a large IKEA desk. This is the largest beauty space I have ever had, and yeah, it's all in a tiny house. Down here you're going to see my dog bed for Cooper and Penny, who like to spend time with me when I'm working in my office, and a little rug here that's actually more like a bathroom rug, but it's perfect for just what I need as far as like helping with sound while I'm filming, and also just comfy cozy on my feet. But this is the large IKEA desk, and I'm going to try to link everything below that I have, that I can find actually, because you're going to see there's two Alex drawers here. This one over here has the deep drawer at the bottom that I use for files for work and just our home life.
And up here is the, I don't remember what this little guy is called, but it's also a part of the Alex Drawers accessories, just like a top unit that I use for drawers. It has some of my like work things in it, some office stuff over here, because I definitely, being in a tiny house, divide this into two spaces in one. Like this side is where I work during the day. In the daytime, this is like my corner. This is where I'm working. And over here is more the beauty space where you can see all of this goodness up here. And these are the drawers over here that I keep a ton of stuff. We'll get into that in just a second. And I have a tall Alex drawer here with my printer on top and an engagement canvas right there. It has a little pop of color into this room. But this is also just a lot of home things. This is just like a lot of just stuff for Adam and I that isn't beauty related. So if I ever needed to go into that, I could for beauties, but really what I try to do is keep all my makeup and all my organization into this drawer. This is a 5 drawer right here. And then obviously I use some of the counter space as well because I really like to have stuff within reach. Yes, I could totally clean it off if I wanted to, and to some people this may be unorganized, but to me this is actually very organized. I also like to keep a little sign over here that says Be Inspired. This side says Be Inspired. This one says Dream Big. I kind of switch it over depending on my mood and how I'm feeling. Right here is a very big, beautiful window that I am not going to be showing you the exterior to, as I mentioned earlier. But this is retractable, so, and it's light filtering, so all I need to do is lift it up. All I have to really do is pinch this and pull it up. A lot of the stuff from my previous room tour is still here. This is the same ring light that I had. This is the same mirror that I have that I got off Amazon. It's just a much larger space to work with, as you can tell, which I absolutely love. Starting off, since this is a beauty room tour, I am going to go ahead and talk about how I would start my day. And usually the first things I would do is pay attention to what's on top of my desk here. Right now I'm using the Smashbox So Chill Coconut Finish Water. I have been using this and loving it. So I would spray my face with that, and then I would come here to the first drawer. I try to keep this rather organized, but this is true to life how it would be kind of on a daily basis. This whole container here is all of my foundations, plus this little guy that's over here that doesn't quite fit. This is my Stila Stay All Day. These are like lotions and primers, Q-tips, powders, contour palettes over here, powders over here, and concealers right here. So this is how I'm able to keep this all organized, is mostly through these bins and kind of utilizing the space around it. This works for me. It may not last like this, since I just kind of moved in here. I'm still looking for the better ways to organize, but so far this works really well for me. The second drawer, also a lot of face items. We have all of my bronzers right here. This is a little IKEA bin that you may have seen in my previous video. These are all of my blushes and a few eyebrow pieces. These two containers over here are a combination of some things. This is liners, lippies that I don't wear a lot, and this here is eyebrows and lip liners. This kind of combination works for me. These are all of my highlighters here. I have one out here because it doesn't quite fit in there. And of course, the palette we got from BoxyCharm as well doesn't really fit in a bin, so I just set it right next to it. And I try to keep this organized as best I can with just these little bins, just for my own sanity, so nothing goes rogue in this drawer. This is my eyeshadow palette drawer, and it is so deep. This is one of the deeper drawers, and I can really like put a ton in here. As you can see, I've got some here. I think there's even room in the farther back. These are my Super Shock shadows. There's even room back here that there's actual palettes too. This is a little bin that I like to keep all my loose eye shadows, liquid eyeshadows, all kinds of things right in here. I've got some Stila, some e.l.f., and then some just, you know, loose powders, things like that. I like to keep all that organized. And over here are the smaller palettes. Big palettes, biggest palettes, because like there's, you know, Jacqueline's palette, huge. And then some smaller ones on the side, just so I don't forget about them, because they're so easy to forget about. And then the next two drawers aren't that great. These are a little messy. These are my eyelashes, some nail polishes, and some excess brushes that I don't reach for a ton. These are the Wander eye pads that I want to remember to use in the mornings, but I haven't yet. But I hoped if I put them in here with my eyelashes, that'll help me remember to use them. But there's a ton of room in this drawer as well. Plenty of space. This drawer is really messy because this drawer is kind of my catch-all at the moment. This is my extras. These are some things that are empties that I'm going to be going through. A hot plate for a curling iron, mirror, just some extras. So yeah, you can even have an extras drawer in a tiny house. On top of my vanity here are some like beauty pieces. I got this at Target and it's holding all of my earrings and some little hair clips. This is a little ring holder right here. Back here, this is a necklace and bracelet holder. I got this also at Target. These are all of the lippies I use on a regular basis. And yes, don't judge me too harshly. 99% of them are of the nude persuasion, but that's really what I reach for a ton. I have a few colors here in the back. I like to put them bottom up so I can read the name of them because so many of them kind of look similar, or I may not understand if it's a gloss versus a matte. So I like putting them bottoms up for the most part. Eye brushes go right here. I've got mascaras here. Some little tools over here like tweezers and small scissors go right here. I just got this little cup here and it just says Contour and Confident. This is all my bigger, fluffier brushes. I just got this. I'm trying to figure out how I want to work this into my beauty space because over here are my other brushes next to some setting sprays and face sprays that I have and some perfumes. These go over here, so I can try to organize a little bit better because I have so many brushes that I tend to just like jam them in, so it's kind of nice to start having a little bit more organization with them. Now, because my beauty space does encompass a lot of different things, and I know you guys are pretty interested in the tiny aspect of my tiny house, I'm going to go a little more in depth here. Again, this is a canvas that my husband and I had, actually was gifted to us from our wedding photographers. I can actually link them below. It's from Your Story Photography. They are amazing. This was a gift from them and they actually featured this in their showroom for a while. But it's right after we got engaged. Hi, cute Adam and Nicole. So many of you guys asked me specifically about my wardrobe on camera that I wear frequently, so I can just delve into this a little bit here. The right side over here is my husband's side for his dress shirts, his ties, his fun shirts, and then over on the left is my area. And yeah, you'll see I've still held on to a couple of sweaters because it will still get chilly here. But the main thing I was going to talk about are the dresses that so many of you guys ask me about. I wear these very frequently. They're super comfortable and I have quite a few of them, as you can see. They're not probably hung up the most aesthetically pleasing, but please ignore that. This one's inside out. These are, I don't know how to say this, Macari? These are Macari dresses. This one is in a size large in case you're curious because I have a large bust, but I feel like I could probably do a medium in these. These are super billowy dresses. Green one that I like to wear. I really like the colors of this. It always complements my skin as well, but it has like, it's like this kind of shape. So like the seam is actually there. These are just kind of like side flyaways. Like they're just like embellishing the dress. Super light and breezy. I love them. Down below are my shoes and my husband's shoes. We just got a little shoe rack there. I'm not sure if these were from Target or not. For those of you that don't know, I have a handbag obsession and I actually downsized a lot with my handbags, but Adam and I created this little space. Actually, this was Adam's idea. I think these are like Bed Bath & Beyond like coat holders, but we really liked the aesthetic to go with our house. We bought some to go in here where I just hang up my beach bags, my handbags, some new hats we got over the weekend, scarves, things like that. And this right here is just our, you may see this sometimes in my videos, this is just a laundry bag. Behind me, what you see a lot in my videos is another IKEA piece. This is like the Nordely, I think is what it's called, and this sucker was on back order. And the way that our house was built was this was intended to just be storage, and it fit perfectly. So you can see back there like this, there's even room behind this. So this is actually pulled forward. So it was built perfectly to be able to have some drawers because I knew we were going to need drawers just for socks, underwear, you know, stuff. But I do fold my clothes, and so does Adam, in a very unique way that we can fit a lot of clothes into one drawer. I'll give you a peek into this one. I'll have to find a video to explain how to fold some of these things, but some of them aren't folded perfectly, but it's how I fit a ton of clothes into like one small drawer, and then we have bigger drawers at the bottom. You guys know this guy. These are actually some notches we have underneath our stairs, and this is in my beauty room. We're still trying to figure out something to go down here. I'm thinking about putting like some kind of shelf in here so I can stack things to really utilize the height. We just don't have like a ton of stuff that we need to go there, so we're just figuring out how to make this look prettier. So pretend this didn't happen. It's not that pretty. But yeah, we have like, here's my like running outside shoes with the dogs, and the first little notch up here is some filming equipment that I have. The next notch up, I have a little jewelry box that fits some of my bracelets and stuff in, my camera box, my my BoxyCharm tote that I just got, in some books back there. And you guys know this guy and this notch, but these notches go so far back. This one actually is also storing some of my lights. That's actually a light bag right there. Just usually see my head between the pig and the dresser. This kind of gives you a better idea of what I'm working with here. And we're going to figure out some kind of artwork potentially to go over there. I don't know. I don't want it to be in the way. But now you're going to see these lights, and you may be going, those are kind of big and bulky. And they are. We're trying to decide if we want to keep them or not. I technically have 4 in here. 2 in front of the window, which is great for videos, and 1 over the closet and 1 over the dressing area over there. And we can both stand in this. Adam and I can both fit standing up, changing clothes, whatever. There was a reason that we built our room to be like this. The reason that these lights are like this is because these actually are smart lights. I can make these lights cooler or warmer. I can make them dim. I can do all kinds of things with these lights, but we're finding these don't pair as well to Alexa as some of our other home lights do. And this is like a whole smart house where everything is accessible to use from our phones or from using Alexa. So we may trade these out in the future. We're still kind of looking into it, but these have been great for filming. I have not needed to have, if you remember in my previous video, I had my ring light on, and then I'd have to have 2 other umbrella lights, and I knew that just wasn't going to really work well in this space. So Adam, again, my amazing husband, looked into lighting that was going to work better for my filming space, which I'm so appreciative of. We love the floors. The floors are really fantastic. These are engineered floors, so the dogs can't scratch them. I can't hurt them. I still don't wear heels in the house or anything like that, because why? But I really love the shade. It's like a gray shade, which goes really well with our gray walls and the white that we're going with. These are pine tongue and groove walls, in case you were curious. And I'm thinking about putting something here. I just don't know how well it's going to cut off while I'm filming, so I don't want it to look odd. So I'm still figuring that out. If you have any suggestions, let me know. So this is my tiny beauty space, tiny office, tiny closet, tiny storage space in my tiny house. I love it a lot. This is everything I hoped it would be. It was everything I planned for it to be, so it's super exciting that it's all really come together the way we were hoping it would.
But this is my beauty space in a tiny house, which is kind of crazy because this is the most space I have had on a desk for beauty, for makeup, for anything that I want, really. So it's very exciting. I love my little beauty space, and thank you so much for asking for it and wanting to be part of this journey with us. Also, just a quick reminder, the giveaway for the Tarte Chisel palette that I got in my BoxyLuxe is still going on. That again is still going to be going on through the end of this month, so be sure to go to that video that I'm going to link below and above. Leave a comment, make sure you're subscribed, and for a second entry, go to my Instagram. Again, that link is in the description box, and follow me there and comment on the spinning BoxyLuxe image and video. Comment there and you will be in for your second entry. Good luck, you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.